Hello, Professor. We are group number one. We're going to present on tube bending and roll forming. My name is Wesley Anderson, and I'm working with Roberto Cabello, Diego Cantu, and Carlos Cantu. First up, we have tube bending, in which we want to avoid flattening, kinking, and wrinkling. We want to avoid these to allow anything being transported within these tubes to travel as smoothly as possible. Next up, my group member, Roberto Cabello, will talk about what to avoid.
So to avoid this wrinkling or buckling effect, we put a part called mandrel inside of the tube while it's being bent to deter um, any deflections within inside of the tube. These mandrels come in many different shapes and sizes depending on how the tube is going to be bent. There's also a specialized tube that supports the outside wall apart from the inside wall that is supported by the mandrel. Stretching the tube while it's being bent also helps greatly to avoid these buckling and wrinkling effects. Next on the examples of tube bending, the railings and crowd control portable barricades are great examples of these manufacturing processes. These could wrinkle if the railings are more susceptible to wrinkling because of their tighter bends at times than the barricades, but they are both supposed to be bent with the specialized tools to avoid any outside visible effects. Next, Diego will talk about the roll forming description.
Next up, we have the roll forming process, which the roll forming process is a process in which we put a long sheet of metal through a series of rollers that will manipulate the shape of the metal in order to achieve any type of angles or achieve any type of desired cross section that we want to get some support architecturally. So the sheet metal is sent through rollers, and from this we're able to create some complex angles. Next up, we have Carlos Cantu presenting the examples of roll forming.
Some examples of roll forming. Since roll forming can create sharp and complex angles with long sheet metals, it can be used to create metal channels, metal angles, metal wall panels, angle irons, and all these are mainly used for support purposes in architecture or structural purposes.
That was our presentation. Thank you so much.